another failure. So I am in New Age Arcline. Now, just to give you a general rundown on the game, if you've never played before, okay, you have your choices between rolling the dice to make a character name, okay?
Ooh.
And the dice rolls will change depending on whether you're male or female. Okay, so this is a male dwarf. This is a human. And then we have the elf. So you have 3 different races now that you can play. All right. Female elf. And then if you see down here, you get different basic stats depending on your race. Okay. So dwarfs are a lot stronger. Humans and then elves are considered to be weak. So I have played Steam Mechanics, Diesel Mechanics, as well as Voodoo Priestess. But this is a new update, so I wanted to check it out. You can see the 2 available classes. There's only 2. You can't play a Diesel Mechanic. You can either play a Steam Mechanic, okay, or you can play a Hellfire Mage. Okay, so I'm going to hit the next. All right, and then I don't want to play a Steam Mechanic, but it does give you the stat points here, and then the skill points as far as how they're set up. Okay, the Hellfire Mage. All right, has some pretty decent stats: intimidation, endurance, athletics, occult magic. I mean, they're starting out really high. Of course, you got a really good strength, and if you want to read more about them, all you got to do is just hold your pointer over the word, and then you can sit there and actually read it to see what it is. So we're going to do a Monster Hunter, okay? Then we get to work on their face, because there's 4 different types of faces. All right, I'm a little bit more partial to the longer face. Skin tone colors is clear. Okay, you can go dark. I usually like a tan color. So you can definitely go through these and see. But this time I'm going to be different. I'm actually going to go with the darkest color that I can find. Lips. Okay, I like wild colors. And then you can use the intensity screen. Okay. Metallic. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with a green. And can we zoom? I guess that's about as far in as we can get. Eye color. We'll give her some green eyes. I think last character had red eyes. Character portraits are down here. Okay. It's however you want. You see that when you go to do combat rolls and stuff, that's what you'll see pop up. So I'm actually going to pick this person. I usually go with this one here. Okay, classic. Immerse yourself with Challenging combats, quest, and exploration, perfect for players seeking both challenge and depth. Adventure, a lighter mode with enhanced support to ease combat, ideal for those wanting to focus on story and world exploration. Alright, I'm going to go classical this time, just because I want to kick the tires and see how this mage does. So I'm going to click on accept. And I won't bore you with reading it, I'll let you read it. I do have 2 characters out of the 3 that have gone completely through the game. Kind of reminds me of what you would have seen with the, the chimney stacks and stuff, at the beginning of our industrial age. But in this world, it became steampunk. Alright, so this is the starting screen.
Here you have written, and the diesel grenadiers overran the last stronghold of the Hellfire Order, defeating Eldris and the Storm, and ending the Third Idotech War.
Yes, you wake up in a hospital gown, pretty much butt naked. Okay, so to walk around and move your character and stuff, okay, left mouse button to move your character in the world. Alright, camera panning, okay, interactions, observations. It's pretty standard stuff. I'll let you guys read that on your own as you make your own character. But you use the Alt button to highlight anything that you can interact with. It's either talking to somebody, looting something. Okay, so I see something right here. Go walk over to it. You're lucky. You were not crushed by the wreckage of the exploding airship. Okay. You need to move before anything else falls on you from the crumbling sky. Alright. Now, there's a person apparently. I think this character is probably strong enough. We should be able to do this. Oh. The relay is massive, immovable. Well, that sucks. Alright, big rock, family ring. Family ring's important. You'll find out here in a little bit. Alright, gonna close that, don't need it. A man is rummaging through the pile of debris. He plainly distressed, and his frenzied digging has left his hands bloodied. Okay, I tend to try to be the helpful person instead of, I don't care. Alrighty. Yeah, the world's been fractured, literally. And let you in on a little secret. You're to blame. So I'm going to give him the ring. Just because I'm a nice person.
One might be deceived by the apparent weightlessness of this platform, which suggests mobility. But closer scrutiny reveals that it is in fact a section of an airship's deck, fashioned from fortified steel, a load that even the giants could not budge.
Alright, so we can't go that way. So we got to go this way.
There's a strong flow of steam blocking the way. Maybe this inconspicuous red valve can fix the issue.
Okay, so it tells you when something's close by. You just gotta get a little closer to it. Alright, so you see it. Then you're gonna walk over to it. And you turn it. I love the sound of dragons. Alright, what do we got? The heat metal rod protrudes from his leg. The pool of blood he lies in is only getting larger. He may already be too late to help him. Every second counts. Okay, am I hallucinating? Dragon appeared out of nowhere. Are you real, a living person in all this chaos? Please help me. That thing in my leg is killing me. Am I a hallucination? It seemed as though the world itself was coming apart. Then the damn dragon appeared out of nowhere. Are you real, a living person? Okay, so of course you're going to want to know because you don't have any memories of anything up to this point. Bright flash and something hit him. Okay, so apparently this character can't do anything other than tell him that if you happen upon somebody, you'll send them to help. Let's talk to this person. Okay, a lot of times they don't talk to you, they just put things over. So there's a guy, you can see him hanging over here. Of course, you can see the world, you know, and all the broken rubbish. Okay, precious little strength remains in the dwarf's trembling arms. He could drop at any moment. His prized luck is quickly replaced with a silent plea for aid. Alright, so I have to roll under, or a 45 or under, to be able to save him. And since he's anxious, he's not going to listen to reason, so I'm going to take a negativity on this. 4. Excellent. I have actually failed at this one. Oh, look, it's another dwarf. Okay, dokie. See, and here's your portrait now, and then the person you're talking to. Okay. Now we're going to come over here. You know the end of the world isn't as ugly as I had imagined it, right? My purry little furball. Look at the robots. So there's not much I can do for you at the moment. We're running out of supplies. I can tell I'm not thinking straight, and you can see my hands are trembling. Clear sign of shock. I'm in no state to care for anyone. But there's a medical automaton. It's a bit banged up, but I'm sure it's better able to help you than I am. Alright. No, everything was perfectly normal. Then chaos started raining down on us, as if the very sky had split open. And with all my years of experience, I could do nothing to help those poor souls. No amount of training could prepare you for whatever this horror is. Okay. So basically, you're on your own. You know, you're not going to get no help. Then to get off of here, we have to click on this.
All sources of magical power were driven from our world, banished beyond an impenetrable barrier. Now everyone may enjoy a just and untroubled world, free from magical rulers and
Alright. This is new. I don't remember this with the other two characters. I think they did some obvious updates to the game. This is the third update since I started playing this. Okay, and coughing hoarsely, a wisp of smoke here and there tells you that some of the clothes are still smoldering. Once they're able to catch their breath, they look around dazed. Okay. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, says the stranger. Alright, no idea, but my left arm is something to do with the cursed war. Those damn mages kept on coming back like roaches, and the technologists can't seem to finish them off. So, that tells you something. There was a war. We reap what we sow. The years and years of spilled blood are now raining down on us. Okay, what caused the fire? Who knows? A lot of things in Harrington's lab can go boom. The fire spread like the Iron Plague. We fought hard to escape. Poor Bill, he wasn't quite lucky enough. We will survive the fire, but now I feel like going back in would be a swifter road to the same end. Alright, we can't go that way. We gotta go down these steps here. You're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff. Even the still guys cannot hold it. Nice. There is something over here. See, it says use. Alright, the New Ark City. Cradle of new civilization, home of the endless possibilities, temple of uncompromising progress. Oh, wait a minute here. There's something else down here that we can try to do.
At first glance, it seems to be a passageway, but upon closer examination, you see that the entire framework is leaning heavily against the rock. A single misstep could lead to the collapse of multiple structures, along with tons of raw
Okay, so
stone.
not a good idea.
Let's try and find a safer route.
Okay, so we won't go that way. Alright, they all turned. You see a robot floating, and there goes that big dragon again. It's you, you sick bastard. You couldn't just let us live our lives, could you? This is stranger, this person here. Now everyone's dead thanks to you, Steve, Mary, even little Joe. He was such a bright lad. The least I can do in their memory is cut your throat so you cannot harm anyone else. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like everybody knows that you were guilty of something. It wasn't my intention to hurt anyone. Go ahead and attack me, see what it gets you. I'm going to go with number 2 because, you know, I'm not going to admit to something that if I don't know what I did. You knew you were a vile snake. Your life ends here. To your surprise, the man's eyes well up with tears and his shaking body tenses like a locomotive's leaf spring as he draws back his fist, but his jab is awkward and arcing low. He isn't much of a fighter. Alright, so we get a plus 20 because the other guy's tired. Our athletics is 55, so as long as we roll under a 75, we don't get punched. Nice, 25. You easily deflect the attack and strike back without much enthusiasm. Despite his passionate, hate-fueled rant, he almost instantly loses his fighting spirit and collapses to his knees. He begins to weep unabashedly like a child. I'm not made for this, all of this violence, and to what end? Please just get away from me. I never want to see your stupid face again. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to see his face. Really? These guys are trying to fix a steam locomotive? Oh. I think the locomotive starts to move. Hang in there, buddy. We'll come up with something. So, he's somehow pinned in the locomotive. It looks like they're going to try to help him. Alright, let's go over here. We know that the bookcases... A treasure is so close, just within reach. And if you can't tell what it says, just click on it again. Alright. Why didn't I find this coin earlier when they were actually... You can also come over here to this ladder. Okay, I have only a 15% chance to climb the ladders. I'm going to go ahead and try it to see what happens. Oh, I got a 1. This is the first time ever. Nice. Okay, let's come over here. We'll talk to this stranger. didn't respond, but his brother's calls. He's in dire straits. It seems his time's running out. Yeah, he's missing a leg. Please help my little Timmy. He still has many years ahead of him. Examine the wound. Okay, infection bone is sticking out of the torn leg. It seems that the bone has damaged a blood vessel because the blood is gushing out in quantities incompatible with life. The victim is in deep shock and ignores everything around him. Alright, so I get a plus 20, even though my survival's only 15. I have to roll 35 or less to be able to stop the bleeding. Okay. You tear off a piece of cloth from your attire and apply a secure makeshift bandage around his leg. Bleeding stops. Color slowly returns to the man's face. Alright. Let's see if we can go up here. Oh, before we do that, let's check out the ambulance here.
The vehicle's brakes are completely seized. Otherwise, it would have rolled on and crashed long ago. The ignition key is conspicuously absent. You must either search for the key or attempt to resolve the brake problem.
Okay, so I can't force it. And since I'm not a steam or diesel mechanic, I can't try to fix the vehicle. Say, strength fails. Let's see here. Okay, let's go down here. There's a piece of equipment that says that we can loot. It's survival time, so you know you want to take everything you can. Alright, we're going to use the portal. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, is that? That might be our stuff over there. Check the brake cylinder. Okay. I just had to get another vantage point on the ambulance. Yay! Ambulance out of the way.
The ongoing clash between mages and technologists was the source of that terrifying disease, the Iron Plague. People began to rust from the outside in, transforming into hideous, decaying iron statues of themselves.
Corpse of a well-dressed man lies on a cold stone. Got a bullet in the head. For some, reigning chaos is an opportunity. Search the corpse. All the money was taken. Oh, they left these two people in here. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wait, there's still a chance we can get out of this. No more deaths, please. Maybe it's the best solution. Okay. I'm going to tell him it's the best solution. Sometimes reverse psychology works. Let's go, darling. Looking at that ugly face has only strengthened my resolve. Oh, Jesus. Oh, she did. She jumped.
The
Okay.
war didn't take place on our soil, but the aftermath reached us nonetheless. Previously unseen magical creatures began harrying our village time and again. The nearest technologist outpost, the fire shrapnel, extorted taxes from us in exchange for protection, but did nothing to actually protect us. What an elaborate account. But tell me, why are you not content with existing literature on this subject?
Let's see here. Not familiar with it. I'm afraid I'm not much of a reader. What? Where am I? Yes. What? Where am I? And who are you?
But let us move on. Many of these entries are needlessly provocative. For example, every day I witness yet another family selling everything they own to move to this incredible new world. The newspapers never stop shouting about it. Apparently, technological progress is booming, and daily drudgery is being steadily replaced by automation. They claim the people are overjoyed, but why do we never hear a word from them? I cannot shake
This scene always puts me in the state of where Q put the crew of the Enterprise on trial. When you look at like those people and the guy hitting the robot and the hammer and stuff, you know, bits and pieces out of time and stuff.
That was just the first entry. Every page is rife with distressing theories and questions. Do you not agree that notions such as these pose a real threat to the world? I see. You do realize everything that happened is entirely due to your ignorance and arrogance. Everyone who trusted you, believed in you, and every event that led us to this point. You don't even grasp the magnitude of your responsibility, do you?
Let's see here.
Each one of these notes perfectly illustrates your insistence on meddling in matters.
The outcome's
which do
pretty
not
much going to be the
concern
same
you. It's we and
in front of
nothing.
this judge, no matter what you say. You know.
Something weird is happening over there. I can feel it. Everyone's talking about folks going missing. And what of that deranged dwarf who was shouting about experiments? Even if it were
A lot of these people are people you're going to see
what's become of those people?
once you're done in
My
here
people.
at different
Exploiting
phases in the
common
game.
folks' superstition to undermine technological progress. What's next? Tales of impossible monsters and phenomena that challenge those laws of reality we worked so hard to establish. Utter nonsense. But however distasteful I find this, we must proceed Here is some of the reasoning, if such a word even applies, behind your conclusions. Interesting.
Yeah, this is pretty much how I would respond, especially not knowing where I'm at, who this idiot judge is,
The human mind functions immune. But as I see the Iron Plague continue to spread all around me, it feels like a noose tightening around my neck. Helen, my first love, died a few weeks ago.
If you look at her face and neck and chest, you can see what the Iron Plague looks like a little bit, as well as here.
His skin has turned to a flaky, oxidized crust, and his breathing is labored. I don't know how long it'll last. I hope. For miracle, they seem increasingly rare these days. Even now, I can hear her trying to run past Peter's joints. She keeps on smiling, even as the Iron Plague devours her without respite or mercy. All I can do is pray the disease doesn't take them all. If there's any chance to save them from this awful death, I'll take it, no matter the cost. They raised me, after all. I can't stand by and do nothing.
Now, let's see here. I want to look back.
Silence! Oh, what a fabulous one. Right in the middle of the chaos you live in. My journey is led on meeting both machines and technology.
These people I'm floating in this one are key people. They're
No one's trying to prevent this bloodshed. The laws, but in reality now, to stop this cruel fate from destroying us all. How dare you challenge them?
let's see here. We'll go
I
there.
know the unlimited proof that you're on these stories, but the whole battle is your fault. The answer I know
This guy right here, the key player.
any evidence to the world. So I decided to risk it. They're not asking much in return after all. Only the unwoven filament. The task should be no challenge for someone like me. There it is. In your own words. You're nothing but a thief. Silence. These are your words. I smuggled the unwoven filament onto a ship heading for New World to the Carnival Sea. There I will meet with Webb Simon's combat.
And that's when it leaks. And now you're not being judged. And you literally have been sent back. In time.
The interminable voyage from the old world is finally over, and the relentless seasickness has at last slackened its grip. You inhale deeply and let the warm sea breeze fill your senses. The cries of gulls fill the air, alongside the chatter of folk on the bustling docks. Your heart quickens with anticipation as you take that first decisive step off the gangway. The new world awaits. But before you're free to embrace this new chapter in your life, there's the customs officer to deal with. A young man in an ill-fitting uniform presides, papers strewn before him on the wooden tabletop. With an air of long-practiced indifference, he begins to read from a crumpled form.
Good day to you, sir or madam. Let me be the first to welcome you to the New World. A place without poverty, hunger, or war. A place where everyone can achieve their dreams, etc., etc. You can become anyone you wish in the New World. A warrior, a magician, the president. Together we can make this the perfect home for everyone. A place where anything... Please, pass me your documents and join the line.
So, no matter what you do, you got to give him your documents.
We are glad to welcome a dwarf to these lands. You're in the right place, friend. The New World is full of opportunities for dwarves like you. We need your creativity and technological innovation to make the Free States better and safer. Please step forward for a customs check. We need to make sure you're not carrying anything illegal. I'm not looking for anything specific. It's just that there's been a hell of a lot going on in town lately. A few weeks ago, this magical leprechaun showed up here, passing out free money. But the money turned out to be fake. Then it was some kind of magical oil. I could go on all day. The point is, if you're clean, you have nothing to fear. Surface inspection indicates the new arrival is not a magical being, has no visible signs of corruption, and no evident symptoms of the Iron Plague. Nor do I observe any kind of smoke, magical glow, unusual light refraction, or other manifestations of illegal or unregistered magical artifact. Looks like we're done here. Head on through, and good luck in the New World. Don't break the law and don't join any magical terrorist organizations. Have a good day. I have no idea who Mick Mortensen is, but the meeting point is over there. You can ask around for him, I guess. Okay, take care.
Alrighty. Law-abiding citizen. Alright. So you get a little bit more freedom now as you're moving around, but you're still kind of on this rail system, so to speak. Okay, and if you talk to people, you're pretty much going to ask them these questions, unless they actually say something. Alright, so we're going to go down here. You always want to be looking for stuff that you can loot. Alright, we'll pick up a couple more things over here on this side, and then we'll take a look and see what all we have. Sometimes it pays to keep throwing stuff. Alright, I'm going to try to catch the fish now. 53. Oh, hey, successful. I caught the fish while I was flying through the air. Oh, okay. So you come over to this machine here. Inspect the machine. I don't know if I can or not. Okay, I don't have the qualifications to, use the crane, so I can't loot that package. If you were a steam mechanic, you could get that package. Alright, so I am going to stop here for a couple minutes. I want to check my chat window, and it'd be a good time to take about a 3 to 5 minute break for everybody. And I'll be right back, as well you, I hope. All right, I am back. I hope everybody had a couple minutes to get something to drink and get some snackage. I will be checking my chat window. I'll try to do it every 15 minutes to every half an hour in case you want to leave a message. Alright, let's get back into the game. Okay, so when you hit Alt and you see things, whether they're like a person, or you come over here and talk to this guy, and not all the times will the narrator kick in, so sometimes, you have to read it if you don't. Where other times you can just listen to the narrator. Okay. Cigarette butts all around his feet. He's probably been staying here for some time. Alright. lost his luggage. Oh boy. 8,000 kilometers playing my goddamn inheritance to get my money. I have to present a family heirloom as proof of my identity. Alright. So yeah, the game may not be suitable for people, especially children. This can do some interesting things in it, vulgar language, abuse, stuff like that. So, but for the average person, that understands it's just a game, I don't see the problem. And absolutely 0 interest in the circumstances other which you must find it, but if you do, I promise I'll reward you. It's an ornate eating great piece of wood. Alright, so we're looking for a chunk of wood. So that's why we have our inventory. And I just press X, that's the way it's set up for me. Okay, I can use a handgun. Sweet. Or maybe I can't. No, I can't. That goes. Okay. +1, 2 points. Max +2 initiative, +5 health, +10 survival. Okay, so survival's only 15, so that could be pretty good. Yeah, okay, I estimated this is 60 health and armor. So I'll go with this over here. And then flax, 1 armor, 4 health. 3 to 5, 3 to health, 5 2 persuasion. He's chin. I'm going to these things on. Leather gloves, increase health and accuracy. And fingerless gloves, +1 health and 7 accuracy. Okay, accuracy is pretty important, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it is much look here. If you click on it, and then it tells you. Other than that, I'm not seeing any reason for the books in this game. So this is your skills. Okay, once again. Alright. And then you get perks. And as you go up levels, you have to start getting offered different things. Traits, monster hunt, gives you +1 constitution, +1 strength, and social skills, you take 85, you're monster hunter. Alright, and you have the journal up here. Find your case. Okay. Beat the areas. I don't have anything yet. Map. This is roughly where I'm at. This is where I need to go to. Alright. And then I can go over here. Sometimes these will be pictures, sometimes they'll have sayings on them. Okay, and then if you want to pickpocket to get money, you like this, you walk up to him, and you have to roll under a percentage. Based on that, then gives you a certain amount of points. Okay, and then you have movement points. Alright, so I'm going to come all the way down here first. Now I'm going to take 2 points to reveal it, 3 points to grab it. Now if I come up here, that's 2 points. And then, you still have to do the reveal and stuff. Otherwise, it's going to take 4 points to get out here. Okay, so I didn't roll well, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave. That way I get the money. Plus, if you fail, you go on a cooldown. And you can only pick people that are moving. Alright, you'll see these big boys around, all kinds of things, you can actually read them. Right, see, there's a guy that just walked past us. A 10. Wow, I'm not doing well on this. Okay, we'll move to the first one. 3 points to get back over, 1 point to exit. So I did make it. Okay, some more gloves, money. Come down here, check the camera. She's talking about a play. Okay, I use my center mouse wheel to spin myself around so I can, see what's going on. Let's back to the person. Objective observed. I mean, I would say that I would, traveling trains important.
Feeling lucky, place your bets on Michael Martin on the 5 below bets. You're simply not holding the outside. Just match the very best notes on the ducks.
Okay. We're going to come over here, we're going to look at this thing. I like the carnival sounds. Okay. 31, yay. Alright, Quizmaster. I'm going to go price for $6, your chance to answer 3 easy questions. Well, no, don't delay. We're just beyond your wildest dreams. We're waiting $150. Now get over here and seize your destiny. Okay, let's see what he says. Alright, without further ado, let's dive straight into the challenge. For your first test of wit and wisdom, tell me this. What your contestant is the illustrious capital of the free cities? Seek your answer loud and proud. Well, let's see here. Let's say New York. Spot on. Well done indeed. Now reach yourself with an tantalizing inquiry on which just head. Now, we'll delve deeper for the next question. For your consideration, esteemed contestant, who pricked out holds the reins of power and governs the illustrious free cities? Think well and answer with conviction. Wow, like intimidating? I like that. Hold on, spare me, I beg you. I got one little one, so we need to get home. Mouse to feed. It means energy here. Take this. Take everything I have. I'm going to. It's $350. Alright, step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Quest New World. The Unparalleled Festival. Fair awaits you. Alrighty. When big take home $150. Wow, I see something going on here. $150 for everything. Hand me the firearm. Woo! Sleight of hand. Well, I failed. And that's what happens. Fear not, you can actually try it again later. Okay, fancy little flare idea. Got a toss a showdown. We're right now fighting Nick Worley Morrison. It's down to range again. World Tour of the Crusher. I need to be able to bet on it. I bet against Nick. Oh, it's me. There's Nick and Pow. Alright, so I'm going to talk to this guy, and I'm going to enter the contest. Alright. Okay, so this is combat, alright? I can go first, and then when I'm done, then he goes. So this is what I get for everything. Okay, so basic punch attack does 11 plus 1d6. This one is a stunning blow. So I'm going to start out with this, and then target your enemy. Okay, and then I'm going to hit again. The stunning. And then I'm going to block and return. I'm going to do this. Hit again. And then continue the attack. And then I win. It's an easy way to learn how to do fights. And of course, Mick here is going to become your first companion. Alright, so now Mick's going to go with us. Alright, I do want to come over here. This is interactable. Okay. With Director Zindo's groundbreaking A9020, experience the dawn of a new era in gun safety saw features as ridiculous. This is probably going to talk or just stand around looking pretty magical culture. So, yeah, casino animation. Yep, we're gonna do this. 26. Woohoo! Your solo can provoke a cascade of hot electrical flashes from the automaton's head to its feet shortly after it reboots. You are the past era, but I am the future. I will never, ever. I am the future, and never to die. Never. Yeah. Depending on what you are, if you're a steam mechanic, diesel engineer, and stuff, you can screw around with it. I won. I'm not rolling very well. Yeah. The fortune cookie machine does give you fortunes that you can read. Alright, so now we know that there's something here, okay? But first, we're going to go over here because I know there's a whole bunch of stuff to loot. Hellfire Mage's forte is with destruction. Sweet. Alright, so that's for me. Woohoo. Alright. We're going to give Mick the gloves. Two to health, one to armor. 2 to health, 2 to accuracy. I think I'll give them back to myself. We will eventually find stuff for Mick. Aha, money and health potions. So I usually keep one for me, you know, and then I give one to each one of my companions, and then you have to equip it. If it's not equipped, it doesn't work. Cranial Shaman Voodoo. And let's see here. Alrighty. Alright, so Mick gets to go first. And we're going to have him punch this guy. And he's going to punch him again. And then he's going to brace and end his turn. Why do I have a hammer attack? Oh, because I'm carrying a staff. Okay, let's do this one. Wow, I'm on fire. That's all I get to do? Hey, he's hitting me. I'm a girl. He's not supposed to hit me. Woohoo! We won. Nice. Silver tongue ring. 5 to persuasion. 5 to deception. And money. Okay. Deception's only 22. And persuasion's 10. So this ring will do good for me. Mick has 20 for persuasion, and deception is 15. So if I get something else, I'll give it to him. Alright, another little fight scene. Wow, that sucks. I'm only getting one round. Alright, so that one's dead. I might end up losing Mick. Magic scrolls, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so you right click and use. Okay, I'm going to get myself another potion. So far I don't really have anything for Mick. Alright. Let's do a little lootage. Automatic shoe shine. Let's do a little pickpocketing. We gotta start getting better. See, I can't. So, luckily, there's nothing really super tragic about this. Except for combat. You can die in combat. Okay, on a gray-haired, not entirely aged elf who seems lost in contemplation, gazing towards a nearby ship, Mick promptly rises and stealthily advances in his direction. The elf, without even bothering to face Mick, responds with a sly grin on his face. With your bones crackling and that wheezing breath, Michael Mortensen, you hardly ever sneak up, even on a deaf beggar. Billy, you crusty old coot, time to hang up your hat and pick up knitting, perhaps. Those grandkids of yours must be flitching everything not nailed down, not your old ass. Oliver Stonebridge, meet Billy Caravana, the slickest pickpocketer on the East Coast and an old pal of mine. He hustles for Mr. Simon just like me. Okay. Yeah, Is there anyone that doesn't work for Simon? Alright, I'm going to check my messages. Okay. Alright. We'll go back to the game. Alrighty. Still got caught down for pickpocketing, so I can't do that yet. Let's go over here and loot this. A voodoo stick. Let's come over here and loot this. Reinforced travel boots, 2 to armor. Okay, so I only get, yeah, see, that's not very good. So I'm actually I'm gonna take those. Now, just to show you, okay, we already know that I can't use this because only somebody who's a diesel engineer can use that. Okay, I can't use that because I'm not a diesel engineer. I can't use this or this because I'm not a voodoo shaman. So now Mick is a steam mechanic, so he can't use any of these. Which means that you will get to the point where you will have somebody who can. My Jimmy, I'm such a terrible mother, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Chizo Petey. So basically, I couldn't tell what she was, crying about just from listening to her whining.
Hello there.
Yes, you can either get respect from your hirelings or you can irk them off. That's the reason why I chose the one that we would help look. Okay, now we're going to come over here.
A police officer in a flashy tech outfit stands on the stoop, engaged in a quiet tete-a-tete with a man. For some reason, this piques Mick's interest. The man delivers a parcel to the officer, who accepts it with a subtle nod, before passing something back in return. Every few seconds, the cop checks his surroundings, suggesting that this is an illicit exchange.
Listen up, partner. I gotta sort a little something out with Jimmy. But I'll be back in 2 shakes, don't you worry. I had a feeling we were gonna get along. Hey, Jimmy, my man.
The cop startles at Mick's exclamation, his countenance darkening as he looks up at the imposing giant. It's abundantly clear that he's less than thrilled by Mick's appearance.
Jimmy, you owe me a little something. And since I'm in the neighborhood, I thought I'd cash in.
The policeman's face grows
Love the size of the ship in the background.
He forces a smile onto his face. Yeah, I think we need to have a little one-on-one off the record.
Gee, does anyone have any ideas of what they could be possibly doing? Could it be
Harsh gasp.
a dirty cop in a drug deal?
My partner likes getting down to brass tacks. Knew we were on the same page, buddy.
Without ever taking his eyes off the policeman, Nick wordlessly extends an open hand. Jimmy hesitates, but only briefly, his gaze snapping from the towering giant to you, then back again. Finally, he lets out a
Damn it. Here, take a gag on it, you bastard.
Nick grins with satisfaction.
And keep this between you and me, alright?
Not a word.
We're not.
I understand. I'm not a kid in short pants, you know.
Alright, now that your business is sorted, can we go talk to Simon?
Hold on a sec. There's something I've got to take care of.
Nick carefully unwraps the parcel to reveal a tiny heap of crystalline powder. It shimmers with different colors in the sunlight.
Orphan. I'd have never made it through the mines without it. I was popping every single day. The work was that brutal. Thankfully, one of them flying critters was a friend of mine.
Nick expertly snorts up a dose of Orphan, and a blissful grin takes over his face.
Oh. Feel like giving it a shot? It'll toughen you up.
Ah, sweet.
You've got no idea what you're passing up, pal.
Yes, I do. Okay, now we can go upstairs. Support Wayne Zindo, the director of the Eastern Syndicate. I like the escalators. They're just a set of rollers that roll up your luggage carts and stuff. Oh, so over here, well, first we're going to get this. Okay. So the hat. Persuasion and health. Because my persuasion is 15, now it's 20. Yay! Alright, so you see there's this bird here? Woo! Almost didn't get him. Okay. So that bird is instrumental. There's actually 3 of them hidden in and around here, and you want to find all 3 of them. Okay, here we go. Every so often you're going to find vendors. And sometimes you can actually ask about stuff like what you're looking for. Okay, now I'm going to come back to her. Alright, so you can barter with them, or you can just sell stuff. Now you want to keep a hold of the bird. This stuff sticks around for a long time. So until you leave the immediate area that you're in, you can actually come back for these items. even if you quit the game and come back to it tomorrow. Alright. Gonna sell the book. There, all done. And then I am going to buy some flowers. And I have a reason for that. Okay. Let's come over here and talk to the waiter. Alright. Let's talk to the vendor. Okay, he has boozes, but nothing I really need because I've got wine. But I'm going to buy some booze. Okay, and moonshine. I mean, you know, who doesn't need booze and moonshine? Come over to the dwarf. Because if you don't talk to these people, sometimes you'll actually miss quests that can give you rewards. Oh man, that sucked for a roll. So basically this dwarf has a thing for a giant woman, and he's wanting your help.